Alrighty guys, we're getting very close to the start of the LiuLi, but I like to call it the LiuLi Cup. It is once more a match between Reynor and herO, one that I am very excited over. I hope that Reynor plays his absolute best. If he plays his absolute best, I think we are in for a turbo banger. If Reynor plays nowhere near his best, it is going to be rough. Because if you take a look at the head-to-head results of herO and Reynor, herO really is Reynor's kryptonite. I don't know why, but Reynor does so good against so many other Protoss players on the planet. herO 3-2, herO 2-0, herO 3-0, herO 2-1. Reynor won a tiny one in a weekly event, but then herO won another big one, 2-0 in GSL. Also beat him in the finals. By the way, this prevented Reynor from winning a single tournament when he was in Korea all this time. Obviously knocked him out of, I mean, this is just insane, right? Last year, Masters Coliseum knocked him out of Katowice. herO's a different animal when he plays against Reynor. This is an insanely impressive list of results. Will that continue today, or is it finally Reynor's time? Can't wait for Reynor to play toss. Reynor very rarely plays Protoss against Protoss. He's not a very big fan of that. He did it against Dark, but obviously Dark is not a real Protoss. It is incredibly unlikely that Reynor will play Protoss. There is a tiny chance he plays Terran, but that would honestly disappoint me. That would hurt me. Like this year, we don't have, I think right now, too many things to really look forward to. So Masters Coliseum was fucking awesome. We gotta embrace it. We're gonna enjoy it. Now, the LiuLi Cup, when we're entering the top 6 of this tournament, every match is hype. Please, no Terran, no Protoss. Just give us some good old ZVP. And that seems to be the case. Let's do it, guys. The boys are ready. It is, of course, live StarCraft. The way it always is live StarCraft on this channel. Unless there are very specific special reasons for it not to be live. Here we go. A Friday on the 24th of January. It is 7 minutes past 1 p.m. and it is time for Reynor and herO to once more dance with one another. They had a pretty close series online in the Masters Coliseum where herO did win 3-2, but it was close. Reynor was very aggressive throughout that series. How will Reynor play today? I don't know. I hope that Yona inspired him with those back-to-back impressive ZVP victories on the final day of the MC8. Let's do it.
Let's get it on.
Round 1, fight.
Here we go, in the top right side. I haven't heard a whole lot of him over the last few days, guys. He's been a little bit quiet. I think he's playing a lot of League still. I don't mean this as a meme, but I believe that he's making some progress and he's pumped about that. But I'm certain that he's done his best in StarCraft as well, whenever he could find Protoss players to practice with. This is BASILISK, Reynor, the Italian stallion. Can we get the hedge down? Yes, we can. Whew. Close call. Bottom left side of Frost line for our first of 2 best of 5s today. We are looking at the main base of WBG herO, a top 6 player on this planet, according to Lambo. These are 2 of the guys that are capable of winning offline events. These are 2 players that are capable of basically winning any event that they enter. 2024 was not Reynor's year. He obviously had a couple of incredibly impressive games and he looked good from time to time, but it really didn't go anywhere. In a weird way, maybe even herO had a better year than Reynor. herO did have a couple of deep runs. Reynor did peak in the WTL code as playoffs. He made me a very happy man. He made everyone on BASILISK incredibly happy. But outside of that WTL playoff performance, it wasn't a bad year for Reynor. It was just a bad year for his standards. A lot of people would love to have Reynor's year, where I don't know how much prize money Reynor won. I'd have to look that up, but I assume it's probably still like 50, 60,000. You know, it's not bad. It's just that obviously Reynor is capable of winning the biggest tournaments out there. And if he doesn't have a single grand finals, he's not going to be happy. You guys will notice there are some tiny lag spikes from time to time. I don't know why this is. All of a sudden, US West does not work for me anymore. I had this as a player, I have this as an observer, I have this as a caster. It's very frustrating. The players won't notice my lags. The players, when I played against them, didn't notice them either, but I absolutely do notice them. For some reason, US West is broken for people from at least Zuidland. Because my internet is perfect, but whatever. Who's the current best Protoss in the world? It is mega close. A lot of fans will tell you that it's the WBG herO. A lot of other people will tell you that it's MaxPax, and some people will say that MaxPax is not qualified because he doesn't play an offline event, so it's always herO. But it's either herO or Max. In my eyes, it's still Max. I think Max, especially when it comes to low ping gaming, is better. But herO is definitely giving him a good run for his money. If you think herO's better, that's okay. You can have strong arguments for that. Skill doesn't care about offline or online. I agree with that. And that's why, in my eyes, it is Max. Now, you can say that it does require different skills to peak at an offline event. Just because you're mega good online, that doesn't mean that you're also capable of bringing that offline. That is true. But I still think skill is skill. What MaxPax has shown us online is incredibly impressive. And that's why, to me, he still edges herO out ever so slightly. Max has never competed in an offline event, no, at least not as far as we know. Maybe in the early days of random lands popping up in Denmark, he went somewhere, but nothing that anybody knows about, nothing ever since he became as good as he currently is. herO has a very chill opening so far. He is going to go for the triple Oracle. Reynor actually said when he was on the microphone with me casting, well, he wasn't really casting, but when he was talking over Serral vs Australia, that he thinks the triple Oracle opening is not that powerful anymore. Because the Spore Crawlers are incredibly good. It's just a bit easier to deal with this. Reynor fears other openings more than this one. Let's hope that also means that he's got good defense. Hello, Smee. It absolutely is, mate. Surprised that this one guy didn't troll me today. Reynor has stated Zerg is in a good state versus Oracles. Yeah. I mean, obviously, does hate the stasis traps, hates energy recharge. I'm sure that he still thinks single Oracle or double Oracle openings are good, but he thinks specifically the triple Oracle opening is not that hot. What Reynor is known for is his tiny Zergling backstabs, right when the first two Oracles are leaving home, and maybe that's why herO has made a third Oracle, and he's kind of hiding it, right? He's hoping that Reynor is investing in a bunch of Zerglings early on, and if those links show up at the third, that's when the third Oracle reveals themselves, activates Pulsar Beam, bam bam, and herO won't lose any workers. But this is the one game where Reynor has not quite done it yet, but he's sending out the links now. Thank you, Kipster, that's very sweet of you for gifting a subby to Trigger. herO does send the third Oracle out. Now he's got 4 Stalkers and an Adept. Is that enough? I think it is, because they're pretty well protected between the mineral lines and the Nexus. Reynor has completely skipped the Roach Warren. No Bailing Nest either. Straight into a Hydra then. herO! We don't want to do that, mate. We don't want to do that. Even losing extra HP on your Oracles is a bad thing. Especially if Reynor decides to be very aggressive with Hydra Link. You want to make sure that these Oracles stay as healthy as possible, because Pulsar Beam is damn good. If Oracles can ever just sit there and fight, Pulsar Beam is a real game changer. Normally Trigger is a very loyal boy, Kipster, but Protoss is struggling. Trigger has not been winning quite as many tournaments as he should, so he's currently spending his money on Donkatsu over me, and I completely understand that. Don't worry, Yoon. Better days are coming. He's playing in the big rainbows tonight, so all he has to do is beat Clem for 60 bucks. That seems like a great deal to me. Who can't wipe the floor with that Clem kit for 60 buckies? Infestation Pit goes down on the side of Reynor, as it's still been a very passive opening. Normally it's gloves up and the boys are swinging. The Oracles have really not found anything though, so for a US West game, Reynor, his queen positioning has been 10 out of 10. He's gonna jump on that stasis trap. Only 4 links are stuck. Maybe one of the Oracles dies, one of the Oracles does die. Reynor is already setting up the surround for the blink, but herO waited. Reynor should be able to get at least one more Stalker. The Hydras might get another Oracle if they stop. Now, this is really good for Reynor. An exceptionally strong start here for Reynor, and look at that hive tech on the way. 10 more drones. 7 minutes in. I would say this is the best start that Reynor has had against herO in forever. Has lost a couple Zerglings, but he killed 4 Stalkers and he killed an Oracle. Not Don, Don, with a D. When I went to Korea for the first time, well, was that the first time? I don't know. But when I was there for a long time, I found this tiny place around Todd's apartment. And I would go there like almost every day. full plate of rice and donkatsu and great sauce for like $5. I was like, oh my god, I was living the life in the year 2009. Hydra snipe another Oracle, and things just continue to go better here for Reynor. herO perhaps, I don't know, not quite awake yet, even though it's very late over here in Korea, but this is an uncharacteristically strong start by Reynor. I don't think that Reynor could really hope for a whole lot more. There are some cannons here, but the cannons are going to take a lot of damage from the Lings and Hydras. I don't know why the Hydras are attacking the gateway, but they are. The cannons still fall. And this is a nightmare for herO. To quote Mix, even a Nexus died. I missed that, guys, but even a Nexus died. Are you joking? So 400 minerals down the drain as well after a couple of Lings got on top of this Nexus, I guess. Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, I know it's this one, guys. I'm aware of that, but man, this is wild. Literally nothing has gone right for herO. That is correct, herO. Trigger will play Clam. That's what I said. herO does have a couple storms and he's gonna try to keep the Hydras at bay, but what an absolute nightmare of a first game here for WBG herO against the Zerg that he's got such a good track record versus, but at this point there's nothing that herO can do anymore. It's probably the most convincing win that I've ever seen of Reynor over herO. herO does blink a couple stalkers, he's trying to pick up, but the Zerglings come in from the top as well. herO is forced to storm his own High Templar, more High Templars die. And yeah, this is a game one to forget about. herO has not killed a single drone. In a 10-minute game, a game where he opened up with triple Oracle, herO has not killed one drone. I think that's the first time in like 25 encounters between herO and Reynor where herO does not kill a single drone. Normally he kills all the drones, GG's get called, and Reynor takes the 1-0 lead just like that. Yeah, herO just misread. Reynor, I'm taking a look at when that Nexus died. It was this one with the Lings and the Hydras. Wait, wasn't it this one? Am I crazy? No, it didn't. When did it die? Oh, the one at the bottom. All the way at the bottom. How did he lose that? Couple Hydras and Lings that were then gearing up for this attack. Oh, herO. A nightmare game. Legitimately a nightmare game. Game 2 will be played on ley lines. One thing is for sure, guys, this cannot go any worse for herO. That was yeah, that's not something that I've ever, well, I don't want to say I've ever seen, but that was US West as well. I guess he just didn't bother to update his Battle.net tech Apex. It is a bit sloppy. I do think like StarCraft 2 gamers, I don't want to call them lazy in their practice, but they can be incredibly lazy in this kind of stuff, where all they have to do is just like leave a clan or you rename their account and they just don't do it. They're just like, oh yeah, DKZ herO, this looks good. And then you can say like it's not his main server, right? Because his main games are played on Korea, but so come on, you play a lot of games on NA as well. You play a lot of online tournaments. Update your username, mate. I'm sure he's got a name change available. These are small things, but if I was a team owner, it would drive me insane. I mean, technically, I am a team owner. Team Roddy, guys. And I have told the kids, represent the Team Roddy Tech. I don't care if you have a barcode. I want to see at least 30 games every 3 weeks on your main account. Did they do it? No, they didn't. Kids don't listen, but whatever. I tried. Well, that was a very, very strong start for Reynor. And keep in mind, that game was played on US West. So game 2 gets played on Central. That's where Reynor will have better ping. That's where herO will have worse ping. herO is not going to have to step it up 1 level, guys, but he's going to have to step it up 3 levels. Otherwise, yeah, this is not going to go anywhere. Round 2. What a strong game, of course, by Reynor. He did everything right. herO misreading Reynor a little bit, but, well.
Round 2. Fight!
Here we go. Same here, Sakra. As a diehard, I don't like it either, matey. In the bottom left side, a mega strong performance from him, obviously. Perfect queen positioning, made all the correct calls. Really don't think he did anything wrong. Good link movement, nice traps, nice activation on the stasis trapeze. Hey, a 10 out of 10. First game for this man. Representing BASILISK, it is Reynor. The one time I bet against Reynor. It's not over yet, but I mean, that's not a bad prediction normally, mate. Because this man has an incredibly good track record over Reynor. And normally he plays so good against Reynor. Where he can make a couple of silly mistakes sometimes against the Solar or Dark or Serral. And he does things where we're like, oh, he could have won if he didn't do X, Y, Z. Normally against Reynor, he's an absolute animal. That game 1 was not it. But hey, it's the best of 5. We still have time to step it up. And we know that he's capable of it. It is WBG herO. This time did get the block down, so herO is forced to expand elsewhere. That's a little bit annoying, obviously, for Reynor. Now the drones that are spawned in the main have to travel a little bit further before they can start working. It will be harder to keep your drones safe as well against adepts, against oracles. Especially the statistic that herO did not kill a single drone with a triple oracle opening is it's pretty shocking. A shorter day, guys, on the LiuLi Cup. It is not going to be a short day of StarCraft because we've got a very exciting big brain bouts tonight where BASILISK will once more give out $500 to 8 video gamers. Honestly, I think tonight is a banger. Looks really good. We've got Thermal playing as well. So I'm incredibly excited for it. A bit of a grudge match between Jumi and Lambo, even though Jumi is a really sweet kid. And I don't think he really meant for it to turn into a grudge match. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, and it will all come down, guys, on how long these two best of 5s go. If these two best of 5s are very short, then I will take a break, because I have had an unreal month of January so far with a few too many hours. But if these games are very long and we're closing in at 6 PM, then maybe I'll just stay live. We'll figure it out. Game 1 was short. We obviously have a PvP best of 5 after this. PvPs can be short, can also be turbo bangers. Between MaxPax and Skills. Do you think the Spore buff is underrated in how much it reduces the number of drones that die? No, because there are definitely moments where it also hurts. Like there are many moments where you want to morph a drone into a Spore crawler, right? But now if you do that, the Oracle will actually kill it because the Spore has less HP. So it is a buff, don't get me wrong, and I especially notice it when I try to Phoenix Arrest. I'm like, holy smokes, the Giga Spore hurts, but I don't think it's like the biggest buff ever. It is a buff, but it has a tiny downside too. And obviously you can't often drop an evolution chamber in the middle of your mineral lane, so... Seems like a long time since I saw a game end in a draw. When was the last draw you cast? It's been a while. It has happened in 2024. herO, by the way, does already kill more drones in these 3 minutes and 45 seconds than he did in the first 11 minutes on Frostline. Now there is no Spore yet. We could go for it here, herO. He does go for it. I would have liked to see him maybe attack that Spore. Great saves by Reynor. Ends up only losing 1 additional worker. Incredibly well done. Probably had 1 draw in 2024, but I forgot which one it was. I don't really live for the draws. One of my favorite games that I casted, but I don't even think it was 2024, I think it was 2023, was that Wayne versus, was shut down, right, in the big brain bouts? That game on the Romanticide, where it came down to the Mudas attacking the pilot in the gateway and the Stalkers blinking deep into the main, and with that Omega close ending, where there was 1 extractor against the gate, and the Stalker shots were literally traveling towards the extractor, but it was Wayne who killed the pilot in the gate first and he won. I thought that was one of the coolest moments in all the big brain bouts. Mega close. I prefer endings like that over draws. Queen's out of position this time. 5 adepts and 2 oracles show up. So far, a much stronger game for herO, guys. A much stronger game for herO as long as we don't lose our oracle. Struggles a little bit there. That's why ping obviously does hurt. Reynor's done an exceptional job in not losing more workers there than I thought he would. But he's still... This is not the start he's looking for. It's a lot of lost mining time. Killing drones is what herO wants, don't get me wrong. And he was probably hoping for a little bit more. But make no mistake. All these drones not mining. All these drones not mining. It does really add up. And if you take a look at this graph, you can already see that herO has done direct and indirect damage. And this is a much better game all around for the Korean Protoss. +1 melee is on the way for Reynor as he fires up the lair and the Roach Warren, so all of that is kind of standard. herO continues to just immediately send out units right after he recalled these adepts, and Reynor is working from the other side of the map. It's another good drone save on Reynor's side, but this is going to be annoying. Interesting 4th base, by the way, guys, by Reynor. I don't often see him take that, or any Zerg for that matter. Does not feel like taking the center. Somehow does not feel like taking this base. Goes for the top left. It's obviously not a hidden base, but in a weird way it's almost a hidden base, because that's one of the last bases that I would expect Reynor to take if I was herO. You'd expect him to take the center. You'd expect him to take the triangle. You would not expect him to take the top left. Maybe Reynor is doing that because this game has just not gone all that well. No creep here, by the way. It's so annoying for these queens. And that is what is allowing herO to continue to find some openings. Reynor with another good drone pull, but this one is going to hurt, guys. We've got a stasis trap. We've got adepts in the main. And this is how herO normally looks when he plays against Reynor. A completely different player compared to the first game. Non-stop aggression, non-stop move outs, non-stop damage. And where last game was hell for the Protoss, this game is hell for the Zerg, as Reynor is just not capable of getting an economy going. Why wouldn't you take the top base? I mean, obviously, like, if you take the triangle, it's all a little bit more compact, so you would say that it's easier to defend. It's very hard for queens to go from all the way to top left to the natural. That takes forever. Reynor, by the way, not having this little gap close with creep is really hurting him. This game would have gone so much better if he would have just not had to see those queens slow down over and over again. And he absolutely could have dropped a creep tumor there or two. Maybe in his mind those bases are connected, but they're not. It's a disaster. Top left, as I said, very hard to defend. If queens were all the way over in the natural in the main base and they have to travel to the top left, they simply won't be there in time. This is a nightmare game so far, but this time it's a nightmare for Reynor. 10 adepts have died, but it's Reynor who lost that hatchery. It's Reynor who lost 12 drones, 31 lings, and on top of that has been forced to pull the drones like 7 times in this game. Crazy move here by herO, but I guess that's just how confident he is. Unfortunately for herO, one of the stasis traps got picked off, but the second one did connect, and now all of Reynor, his units are stuck. What does Reynor have going on over here? Some drop lord action. I mean, herO is just playing this with a crazy amount of confidence. It feels a little bit wild to play like this, to get this deep into the main base of the Zerg. Has to be very careful because a lot of these lings are about to unfreeze. herO doesn't have to be this crazy and wild, but he's feeling it. Also, already getting ready, guys, with these tiny ling drops that a lot of the Zergs became more and more fond of. 2 different groups of link stalkers. How do I explain to anybody watching that the Protoss that played in Game 1 is the same Protoss that's playing in Game 2? It's bizarre. Legitimately bizarre what is happening over here. The Lings are gonna get a surround on maybe the Zealot and the Sentry. The Stalker's now stuck as well for a split second. Can herO blink away? No, not quite. So Reynor finds his best moment of the game. Gets an amazing surround. The Ling drop, 8 Lings not enough. 16 Lings is enough, and herO's gonna have to respect that. And he immediately hits us with the recall. We'll still lose quite a few workers here, though. Reynor fights back, guys. It's definitely not a great game for Reynor yet. And I'd say he's still in some trouble, but really good moments here for Reynor. Amazing surround on all the stalkers in the center of the map. Great corrosive ball. 8 Lings would not have done anything. 16 Lings did end up doing something. I still think Reynor is in trouble because triple Oracle is still a thing. And Reynor only has 3 queens, guys. And he's about to lose one of those 3 queens. Finally has connected the bases. That's going to make it a little bit easier for units to move around. And even after that worker damage, I do not love this position for Reynor, and that is putting it mildly. But herO needs to be careful. Has no recall available at the moment. We don't have double recall because obviously there's no mothership. Don't want to lose too many stalkers. Roaches, Lings, and Ravages can do incredibly well against stalker-heavy armies if the surrounds are there, if the engagements are there. herO has a lot of gas. Would not hate a Templar Archives. Wouldn't hate a couple Archons. But I guess he just wants... Honestly, extra Oracles would be a really good play here too. This is one of these games where I think the 4th and the 5th Oracle would be excellent. Why no Banes for Reynor? Well, Reynor has no money. Reynor has been a very broke boy for a while. He is obviously trying. There is Baneling speed. He's going to morph a couple Banes, but Banelings cost gas. Reynor does not have any gas because Reynor, his drone count has been hurting for a long time. Come on, herO, do something with all that gas, mate. herO's like, alright, got you, chief. 6 zealots. No! Something with all that gas, matey. A Templar Archives, a couple Archons. As the first Baneling run by is a fact. Like, extra Oracles would legit be goated here. And herO is somebody who does do that quite often, where he adds in a 4th, a 5th, a 6th Oracle. Right now, if you look at Reynor's NTR, okay, now suddenly Reynor has 8 queens. Reynor was on 3 queens earlier. Never mind, I take it all back. It would have been really good against the 3 queens, not so good against 8 queens. But even then, it's still not a bad play. More Revelations, more Stasis Trebbies. Reynor hanging in there, cranking out 18 links. Links do have +2. Another Baneling run by, this time at the 3rd. It's 5 probes, it's something. herO is making life, I think, a little bit harder than it has to be by A, not using his forges right now, and B, just refusing to make anything other than Stalkers and Zealots. Doesn't mean he's losing, no. herO's absolutely not losing yet, but he does need to be careful, especially on creep, especially against +2 melee Zerglings. We need to be a tiny bit careful here, herO. You gotta reward yourself, man. You played a beautiful early game. You deserve to win this game, and don't let it slip away. Oh, great stasis traps, guys. Absolutely fantastic stasis traps. That's so many rev just stuck. herO now blinks forward while the link count is still somewhat there, but because extra zealots showing up. herO doesn't care. 1500 gas in the bank. Maybe he can use some of it in game 3. GG. A much, much, much better game coming out of herO. I don't know what's happening, by the way, because game 1 is on West, and Reynor looks flawless, and then game 2 is on Central, and herO looks flawless. That stasis was mega, yeah. That stasis was absolutely mega. But I think, even without a mega stasis, herO could have done some other things that would have still put him in a really good position. Just, it starts off with that hatchery block, and I think one of the biggest mistakes for Reynor, guys, was that little gap between the 2nd base and the 3rd base, where there was no creep. And that just slowed those queens down so freaking much, made it a bit painful. That final stasis was that 4 Ravages, 3 Queens, a perfect set of force fields technically as well, right? Because you can't go through it, but you know, that's the way that herO normally looks, guys, when he plays against Reynor. Shit, you thought they were tomorrow? Yeah, one time I actually thought there was no LiuLi Cup today, but I was wrong. It's only 2 matches today, bully. But they are good. It is herO versus Reynor once more. We're currently all tied up. And after this, we got some PvP on the European server between Max and Skillis. StarCraft is a funny game. You know, if this is how the games would have looked on their preferred server, you'd be like, oh, okay, you know, like this, everything is going well. But they both shined on the server that they have worse ping. And they look like completely different players. Now, I don't even think that Reynor played bad. It's just that herO played really good. Where you can definitely say that herO did play a bit bad in that first game, right? That wasn't much. Who do I think wins? I always believe in Reynor, but I'm always wrong. But I am the broken clock. I go with the same prediction over and over again until I'm right. So I go Reynor. But I've predicted Reynor the last 8 times, and I wasn't right, guys. But I can predict against my Basilisk boy.
Round 3. Fight.
Here we go, round 3, Amygdala, as we have low. Oh, he's 12 pulling! In the top right side, guys, of Amygdala, we are going for the 12 pull. And there was a game the other day where he 12 pulled, and if he would have gone all out on links, straight up 12 pull drone pull, it is the easiest win of his life. Because herO did not scout all the way until he had Gateway, Pylon, Nexus. That's when he scouted, it was very late. This time, I have... Oh, the probe is leaving, though. This time it is different. Reynor gambles here in game 3. And it's not quite going to work out, but we can maybe still make something out of it. It's always a really good map for 12 pull if the guy doesn't scout. Unfortunately, the guy is scouting, so that's not what Reynor was hoping for. Bottom left side, the guy that is scouting, representing WBG Weibo Gaming, herO. Reynor will still get the hatchery down. 111. herO goes directly into the main base, and well, he saw all the larvae there. Does herO immediately know what is up? Yep. herO immediately knows what is up, even without seeing the spawning pool. herO looks at the timing and knows immediately that it is time to go double gate. Build a zealot. As soon as that pylon is done, we're gonna build a zealot. Honestly, it'd be goated if Reynor would cancel the hatch and we drone pool, baby. But no, it's a 12 pool into a macro game. But if you don't do anything with the 12 pool, guys, you are in trouble, especially against a man like herO, who is going to counter with adepts. You don't have circling speed, so difficult to deal with. Is Solar still playing? Yeah, Solar is still playing. We see him in some of the weekly cups, especially I think in the one of Piggy and Stegosaurus. He plays quite often. That one is on a really good time for him. Well, actually that's very early, but maybe Solar wakes up early. I think he plays in the Wadi Cup sometimes. Did try to qualify for these events, but they didn't invite him, and the qualifiers were legitimately tough. Maybe he's taking it a tiny bit easier, but Solar is absolutely still playing. So Reynor gets nothing done, guys, with the 12 pool. Reynor was probably hoping for a no scout opening from herO, but herO did scout. What do we do now? How do we play? After a 12 pool that has done absolutely nothing. Good news is we kept the Lings alive. Bad news is, well, we did no damage. And we're obviously hurting our own economy by going for a very early spawning pool, not having any drones. Morphing your first larva into Lings rather than drones. Yeah. Maybe herO would have gone for adepts if Reynor was battling with the Lings. Isn't Zerg ahead? No, absolutely not. Zerg is never ahead there. I think herO would have gone for adepts if Reynor battled with the Lings. And if the Lings would trade out with the Zealots and, you know, it'd be a little bit of a dance, then the adepts have a lot of potential to then counter and force out more Lings and kill drones. Since Reynor kept all the Lings alive, even slow Lings on creep can be decent with Queen support against adepts. Because of that, herO probably went for a very quick Stargate. But no, Zerg is not ahead here. Because Zerg has no Zergling speed, third base is late. Zerg is never ever ever ahead here. Just because they have 1 or 2 workers more doesn't mean they're ahead. That's not how it works. Like, if Reynor makes it up to lair tech without being too far behind, you can say that, hey, maybe at that point Reynor can create a lead, but right now he is never ever ahead. He's so far down in tech, and that is a very big problem. herO does need to be careful with his Oracle. He's got a lot of energy on his Oracle. Use energy recharge by the looks of it. Yeah. Follow-up is going to be Resonating Glaive very quick. And one of the downsides of opening up a 12 pool and why Reynor is not ahead is that obviously you need to make up for that economic deficit that you're initially in. So then you compensate by building a lot of drones. And you don't really want to be speedless. Sometimes you can be speedless for a while, but not forever. So you get Zergling speed. But what Reynor really needs is probably a Baning Nest. I almost think that the only way that Reynor is going to be able to make something of this game is if he drops an early Baning Nest. If we go for a Roach Warren, he goes Roach Warren. I just don't think that's in time. But maybe I'm wrong. Perhaps there is a world, guys, where Reynor can deal with these adapts without being dead, but it's gonna hurt so bad. It is going to hurt so bad. Glaives is an excellent choice for herO. It's gonna hit so quick. And this is really tough for Reynor. I mean, if there is a world, guys, where Reynor loses less than 10 drones here, he's obviously in a really good spot, but how on earth is he supposed to do that? Do we cancel the Shade? Yes, we cancel the Shade. So we're gonna start working on the first Lings. Lings might be able to get a surround here, though. Without this many Lings getting a surround and Queen support. Reynor not very confident that was quite the fight yet. Nice position for these adapts. What a fight for these adapts, guys. Very little service area for the Lings to work with. Queens are not here to help out. Absolutely fantastic Shade here by herO. I would cancel 2 adapts, leave them here, and let the other adapts go deep into the main base. 7 drones on the production tab, but herO is finding a lot of economic damage already. That Oracle is not even really being used. I mean, it's still hatchery tech for the Zerg. This is hell. You guys know about that hell for the Zerg. This is hell. It was not Cham against Disc. This right here, guys, is hell. I love the follow-up here of herO, by the way. Double Robo. I think it's really cool. Could have also maybe even gone double Stargate because he already has one Stargate. But yeah, you can do anything. herO knows that the world is his oyster. Reynor has absolutely zero attack. Dark Shrine would also be a free win here almost. Because Reynor could never go up to 4 bases. And if Reynor wants to attack with a Ravager Ling, well, then you can warp in DTs. And if there's no lair, there's no Overseer. Reynor did do a great job in saving all the queens by the looks of it, right? Honestly, like, all things considered, Reynor did that well, but he's still in so much trouble. The man is a hatchery tech Zerg. What do we do? Losing 17 drones hurts. Not having a 4th base hurts, but... Oh, that's sad. Reynor in trouble in game 3 against herO. And Reynor is capable of pulling off some absolute miracles in this matchup. I sometimes think back of that great game of the IEM Katowice COVID era against Zest. And just walking around with roaches and ravages, and he was battling forever, and he kept on destroying Archon Immortal armies. So never count Reynor out, but he really is in trouble here. Trouble with a capital T. But herO does have his herO moments. Reynor needs an absolute magical performance from here on out, and he needs herO to have a classic herO moment. Is that Clamgate on Oxide? Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a very easy cancel for herO. He's got a Warp Prism, he's got an Immortal. Reynor is now getting a Baneling Nest, but it's obviously very late. And even just like, how do you deal with Immortals in the depths? Big Zergling counter. Is this where the chaos can start? Is this where there is a world where Reynor can still make something of this game? He gets 14 workers, but he's going to lose his own 3rd base. Oracle very close to dying. Whoa, that's a crazy forward shade, herO. That is a crazy forward shade. herO is herO. Uh-oh. Guys, herO, there are Zerglings in the natural, there are Zerglings in the main, the 3rd base is dead. I mean, he still has a really good army, but is this herO having one of his herO moments? He has lost 43 workers already. He does still have a terrifying army, but if Reynor can kill that Prism, he can absolutely still win this game. Reynor's got +1 melee. Can the Ravagers kill the Prism? They go for the Bane and for the Adepts. That's not quite it. The Force Fields so far are good. Is there a world where Reynor can hold, where Reynor can clean up this army? The Adepts are obviously doing their thing. Reynor is losing about as much as herO is. But this is where maybe the Queens, maybe the Ravagers can make the difference. Reynor still has some immediate reinforcements coming in. 1 Immortal dead. Can the Ravagers get the Warp Prism? Oh my god, herO, what have you done? What has herO done? What has herO done? Oh my goodness, it is robbery in broad daylight. But Reynor kills the Observers, kills every single Adept. And herO with the ultimate herO moment. How? How? Oh, now Reynor is on 25 drones and still has 3 hatcheries alive, has queens alive, has 4 Ravagers. herO on 15 probes. I mean, say to the people in the chat saying like, Roddy, herO can, oh my god, he's gonna lose the Prism maybe? No. I can't even blame anybody for saying like, no, Roddy, herO wins this game easily, like 2 minutes ago. You guys were not wrong. You guys are absolutely not wrong. This should have always been a herO victory. 100%. But in the end of the day, we are watching humans play, where we're not watching machines, and crazy things happen. And herO has some moments where it kind of feels like there is short circuit in the brain. And all of a sudden he went from doing everything right to doing everything wrong. These things happen. It's unbelievable. Twitch chat was not wrong. I wasn't wrong in my analysis. Nobody was wrong. I'm sure Reynor is smiling and laughing right now. I don't have his player cam, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, same multi. Reynor's got to be laughing out loud. This is an absolutely illegal victory if Reynor wins it. And obviously at this point, he should always win it. With a 66 army supply lead, Warp Prism again taking a lot of damage, and herO will tap out. Unbelievable scenes. Nobody was wrong. I will not bully any of you. Like, how do you explain to anybody that, you know, when this army moves out, Immortals, Adepts, and what does Reynor have? Reynor's got 45 links. How do you explain that Reynor wins this game? No bane link speed, no +2 melee, no roach speed. It's illegal. It is illegal. herO with the ultimate herO moment. Guys, I have to play some ads because I've been live for 2 hours. Once every hour I have to run 3 minutes of ads. Even though if I look at my ad revenue, I wonder why I even do that. Maybe I should go from the 55% split to the 20 whatever they offer. So tiny break and then game 4 coming up. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that game. Sending a little message to Reynor. I'm sure that he's laughing. That is a serious contender already for a throw of the year. What have I missed? I sent Reynor a message saying never any doubt. I knew you had it all along. And he responds, ha 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 ha, that was so stupid. Oh. Yeah, what can I say? What can I say? What can you guys say? Oh, herO, matey. Yeah. It is what it is, guys. Game 4, Abyssal Reef.
Round 4. Fight!
Since the ads are still running, I'm just going to take a very tiny break. herO, that's a very early Pro Day sends out, but I think we have normal openings. I'll do quick intros and then I'll step away for a sec. Bottom right side of Abyssal, we are looking at the main base of the Italian Stallion, BASILISK Reynor. Up to one map away from breaking into the top 4 of the LiuLi, aka the LiuLi Cup. And in the top left side, this man will forever be a mystery to all of us. He's a mystery that I love. It's a mystery that I'll cherish. But it does hurt to be a herO and a Protoss fan sometimes. It is DKZ, aka WBG, because that is an outdated tag, herO. One moment, guys, and I will be right back. I know the ads are on. Alrighty. Everybody's back. I'm back. Let's go ahead. See what game 4 has to bring. So far, Reynor up to 1. Game 4 on US Central. So this is the server that is slightly better for Reynor. It's been a very odd series, guys. I've seen a lot of herO vs Reynor in my life, and this one definitely stands out as a very odd one. With a very sloppy, messy herO in game 1, a phenomenal Reynor in game 1, a very messy Reynor in game 2, and a fantastic herO, and then an Omega throw in game 3. And here we are. Yeah. Let's see what Abyssal Reef is going to bring us. It will be a Void Ray this time. It is not another Oracle opening. Void Rays can lead into so many different things. We'll keep a close eye on it. Small chance that herO will go for that carrier build that he did against Serral in Masters Coliseum. This is safe, right? Yeah, okay, so it's, I mean, okay, it's one hell of a wall off with 2 pilots. But sure. herO does his own walls. We'll see. Not 1 but 2 pylons in the wall. This part is safe, so this should be the only gap. It is Void Ray into Oracle. What will it be after the Oracle? Another Oracle. So Void Ray into double Oracle. herO's gonna try to be annoying, try to snipe some creep tumors, maybe hope to get lucky and find a few drones, but Void Rays are not exactly known for their ability to snipe drones. Skiller says he likes the wall. Yeah, I mean, it definitely does a good job in hiding stuff. That's what we are looking for. herO, by the way, should, I think, really gone down some of these spores. You kill spores so quickly these days. I think there were a few moments where he could have just activated or continued to use Pulsar Beam because it's already activated and actually tried to kill the spore. First few links of Reynor are going to be annoying on the other side of the map. Reynor would have had a surround there but does not want to stick around against the second Oracle. So far so good obviously for Reynor. He's not going to be unhappy with anything that has happened. Lost a couple links, killed an adept, has not lost a single drone. Good luck by the way, Nikita, in your games. I hope it's a fun series. Never easy, but has potential. The Void Ray is going to use Prismatic Alignment in the main base on an Extractor. Takes a little while, guys, but with Prismatic Alignment we can kill an Extractor, and that's basically like killing a drone. And it's gonna mess the gas economy up a tiny bit. Slightly better even than killing a drone. Double Oracle finds an opening in the natural. This is good stuff so far by herO. Takes a little bit of damage, but finding 3 drones here is nice. herO beat Clam. No, that was upper bracket. This is the lower bracket. The upper bracket final will be played tomorrow. I think either 1 PM or maybe it's the second series of the day. But tomorrow is Serral versus Clam. Reynor on lair attack immediately drops the Hydralisk then once more. He could play this many different ways. There's a chance that Reynor goes aggressive. But Abyssal Reef is a very, very large map. So it can also just be a very macro-oriented game coming out of Reynor. Looking at the drone count, kind of expecting to see an Infestation Pit eventually. And I think we're going to play some Hive Tech Zergy here. I mean, Serral did get the best of Reynor with Hydra Ling on this map, and he attacked the natural. Sure, Reynor thinks back at that game once more, though. The Oracles find a little opening, this time at the 4th. Very good Oracle movement, this time coming out of herO. That's also the power of the Void Ray. The Void Ray, oh, he kills a Spore. Yeah, this is big. Starting to add up, guys. 9 drones so far, and a Spore, and an Extractor, so technically 11. And the Oracles are still alive. Really good stuff indeed coming out of herO. Do we have a unit in the wall? Okay. Stalker's already on the other side of the map. herO does need to be careful, by the way, that those links that Reynor has been moving around with don't grab a surround, as a Stargate and a second Fleet Beacon go down on the side of herO. While Reynor is still building Hydras. Building a lot of Hydras, going up to 19 Hydras of lair attacks, so no Infestation Pit. What herO should probably build here, guys, is Tempest. I think that Tempest is the play. Carriers would take way too long. Then I'm afraid that even by the time you finally get 1 or 2 carriers out, that the Hydra count is so high that you lose your interceptors immediately. What herO ideally needs here is obviously Storm, which he's getting, cannons, batteries, and then Tempest. But you can even just prioritize gateway units over Stargate production, even if you've made that investment. Storm is the most important thing of them all. Infestation Pit is going to go down. herO has played so clean so far. Loses one of the Oracles. And he is gonna go Tempest. I like the Tempest. Don't lose your second Oracle too, herO. Come on. Alright. Well, I think herO's well set up. Sure, Reynor's got a pretty big army supply lead. But if herO defends this well and he's got cannons, there are no banelings in the mix, I want to say I think he should be okay. This is a lot of units though, and herO is very focused right now on that army that's working on the rocks in his natural. Allows Reynor to get on top of these cannons. herO needs to send units over. Lings have managed to break through after that gateway died. Now there are Lings in the main. This is very annoying. Hope that herO can deal with it. Maybe this is where those oracles, by the way, would have come in so handy. But he has lost the second oracle as well. So now the Lings in the main are really starting to find a little bit more than what they should have had. Extra cannons are going to try to help to keep the natural safe. I think in the end herO survives here, as long as he doesn't lose too many workers. Lost the 13. Real shame that he lost the 2 oracles. Obviously a little bit randomly. One in the center of the map, the other one probably flew over Hydras while Reynor was creating multiple problems at once. 4 Dropoloids. Early for that. I still think it's perfectly fine for herO, but it does hurt a little. Like he took more damage there than what he had to. If the oracles are alive, if we have a nice little stasis trappy here, if we drop the revelation on this army and we have the revelation on this army, herO could have defended that while barely taking any damage. Now he took some damage. But he does still have Storm. The High Templar survived. We've got Tempest out. I think herO's okay, as long as he doesn't mess up. I don't think we need to move out, by the way, on herO's side. That is a die from Basilisk. It's not a bug. It's part of the overlay, mate. Reynor drops an Ultralisk Cavern. When Reynor played Zerg against... when Reynor played Protoss, excuse me, against Dark, he had a similar setup to what herO is currently working with, and he got completely overrun by the Ultras of Dark. Maybe he was impressed by it, and maybe that has turned him into a slightly bigger Ultra believer. There are 3 cannons here. There is 4 cannons even in total. I don't think the Lynx can do much in the natural, but I do think the Lynx can do something in the main. But we've got double cannon here as well. So as long as herO has Warpins available, I want to say he should be okay here. Those Lynx shouldn't really hurt him all that bad. Here come the 32 Zerglings of Reynor. Tempest, also a big attack over here at the fort. herO terribly out of position, is going to use a recall to keep this base safe. 1 cannon dead, the other cannon is really putting in some great work, and the Zealots will keep the main base safe. Overall, good play. Very good defense by herO, lost very little. Lost incredibly little. 11 Ultras, by the way, that is so many Ultras. Without a single Infestor, I don't know if I really believe in the Ultras here. As herO continues to be aggressive, herO just loves attacking. He's got a Love Storm. The High Templars could be very explosive though, but is there detection for Reynor? Yes, there is. Not a whole lot, but there is enough. Yeah, those High Templars just disappeared because they're so exposed. But herO doesn't seem to care. herO says, I've got a whole bunch of Tempests, I've got a Mothership. I don't see a lot of units that shoot up. And Reynor has no Spire. 7 Hydras are not going to save Reynor here. I think just like that, we're going to game 5. Just like that, I think we are going to game 5. Reynor with 11 Ultras. I think getting a tiny bit carried away there. Maybe he thought that he could really keep herO at home, but herO's not a boy that you keep at home. Nobody puts herO in the corner. Not even Reynor. The Mothership is taking a lot of damage and will get picked up, but the Tempests, they really don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to go anywhere. Like, they're not in any danger. We have a Tempest for every Hydra. Reynor knows that he's just dead. Cannot find an opening. It's a strange best of 5 between these two. But just like that, guys, herO wins again on US Central. So Reynor wins 2 games on US West. herO wins 2 games on US Central. I guess server preference ain't everything. And we are going to game 5. Be so nice for Reynor to finally get a win over herO, because herO really has had his number for a long time. Is Reynor playing from home? Yes, Reynor is in Italy. I don't know if he's playing from his grandma's house or his regular house. I think he's just home. The family house. I do think that Reynor will probably move somewhere either this year or latest next year. And, you know, really get a place going for a long time. But I think at this point it's hard for these guys. Because Reynor obviously doesn't know what he has to look forward to in the year 2025. Doesn't know how many big tournaments there are for him to look forward to. Doesn't know how serious he has to take it all. Or maybe have a career switch. So I think he's waiting with those big life decisions until he has a good idea of how this year and maybe the next year will look for him. I don't think he's going back to England, no. I think England is off the menu. Unfortunately, I think the Netherlands is off the menu as well. Reynor said that the Netherlands led him into the Great Depression. Reynor describes the Netherlands like Detroit in the late 90s. I really don't think it's that bad, but... You know, Reynor arrived in November and he left in March. So yeah, it's a couple months of really bad weather. And if you want to walk around in the city and party, but it's windy and rainy, yeah, it can suck. But it's really not that bad, guys. Right? Netherlands is alright. Sure, taxes are high and yada yada, but it's not that bad. But I don't think he's coming back.
Final round. Fight!
Here we go. El Dorado. In the bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of the Italian Stallion, representing BASILISK. It is Reynor. In the bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who will forever be a mystery to all of us. Whether you root for him or you're against him, you can't deny that he's always entertaining. Because he truly is the Protoss in the box of chocolates. And we just don't know what we're gonna get. It is Weibo Gaming's herO. Could be a Swarm Host game. This is a map where a lot of Zergs are quite fond of the Swarm Host. Could also be a game where herO once more goes pretty heavy on the air. Who cares about the rain when you're gaming? Yeah, but that's the thing. Reynor is in a phase of his life where he loves gaming and he's incredibly good at it. But he also likes other things. He's a social butterfly and he wants to spread his wings. Yeah. Netherlands from November to February. It's not exactly the country where everything is happening. It's great to just be warm and cozy inside. Not too fun to stroll around the big cities. And hoping to stumble upon party into party. I mean, I get it, but I think Reynor has not been totally fair to the Netherlands. Like, if he would have just been here, whenever it was a good time to be here, he was always somewhere else. Either he went to Korea forever or he went to Italy forever. He was only here in the bad months. If he would have just spent an actual summer with us, I'm certain he had a great time. It's all good. Wherever Reynor is happy, I'm happy for him. He's allowed to make fun of my country. It's okay. I don't have that much national pride. A little, but not that much. Should have taken him to the final game. I tried, but the schedules just never worked out. Every time that final played, Reynor had something, and some of the other games I couldn't get tickets to. But Reynor likes football, but he's not a big fan. He doesn't care too much for it. We did go to downtown RotterdaM once or twice to watch us play in the Champions League, which was really cool. Kalazur came out as well. I don't know if Skillis was there. We had one night with Hydra. We had a good time. So, even when you don't go to the stadium, like, it can be fun if Feyenoord plays and everybody comes to the city center and cheers for Feyenoord. It's good. herO is going to potentially try to delay the third base of Reynor a little bit here. It's a gasless opening, guys, from Reynor. I mean, he has one gas up and running now, but he does not have Zergling speed yet. So Zergling speed is proper late. I watch a lot of football, yeah. For me, it is incredibly fun to just kind of disconnect from the internet a little bit after I sit here and I yap for hours upon hours and I talk to you guys on stream. I talk to people on Discord. I really like eventually just turning everything off, putting my feet on the table and watch some football or F1 or MMA or... There's a lot of things that I can get excited over. As much as I love esports, obviously, it shouldn't be esports 24/7 all day, every day. This has been a great little pylon block, guys, by herO. I love it. Now the Oracle shows up. It's going to activate Pulsar Beam. That's a dead drone. And now Reynor is kind of stuck on 2 bases. herO's done a great job in denying Reynor's initial game plan. And Reynor a little bit, I want to say, slow to react there. I mean, he did get a lot of hits off on the Oracle, but still ends up losing 2 extra workers. The Adepts are not afraid to be anywhere near the Zerg side of the map because Zergling speed is very late. herO did a great job in analyzing that. Knows what is up. You rewatched the Masters Coliseum streams yesterday and I have to give you kudos to the final call. I mean, I called 4-0 to be fair, right? But I should have known that we were not going to go that hard on Byron. Like a respectable, safe trio, well-deserved, total domination. It's good enough in the end. You don't want to humiliate those small German clubs too badly. That's not nice either. So, should have known it wasn't going to be 4-0, but just 3. Reynor accidentally, herO accidentally lets one Adept Shade finish up. Gets surrounded immediately. Byron Fanny here are finishing his Sunday League level at the moment. It's a miracle, mate. Especially that header from Sané. I think that was the worst miss of all of them. A lot of the other chances, you can say that our goalkeeper was just goated or our defenders were goated, but that header that's ridiculous. Oh, that's maybe a double kill on the Stalkers, even though the warp in is fast. But Reynor commits to it. I don't hate it. Obviously, he lost a couple of links there, guys. A serious amount of links. Stalkers are expensive units, and it also allows Reynor to get deep into the main base with 2 links. Maybe they can get one more worker here, just be annoying. They do get a worker, immediately run away. Couple little victories here for Reynor. Important tiny victories in game 5 after the start wasn't quite what he was looking for. Did you have a bet on it? I had a friendly wager with Lambo. A long, outstanding depth. I made a couple of predictions at the Esports World Cup. On herO versus Reynor, actually, where I picked Reynor and Lambo picked herO. So, ooh, no cancel. No cancel. You know, we're just sitting in the green room, talking with each other, predicting the outcome of games. And I picked Reynor twice, and I kept on losing, because herO kept on winning. Losing that hatchery, by the way, is a big loss. It's a big victory for herO. And I tried to tempt Lambo into double or nothing on a different series, but Lambo just kept on saying no, 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 no to everything. And then eventually I was like, hey, you know, Feyenoord against Bayern Munich, 22nd of January, double or nothing. And he started laughing. He's like, sure, I'll take that if you're serious. I was like, yeah, I'm that serious. He's like, all right. He's like, Bayern hasn't lost a Champions League group stage game in like 40 play days. That's the stupidest bet ever. I was like, sure, double or nothing. So a 6-month long outstanding debt got cleared by the Feyenoord victory. The regular odds were like 8-1, 9-1, so it's the worst bet ever for me, but I had faith, baby. Yeah, they did lose to Aston Villa this year, right? So that streak did get broken already. But before the loss against Aston Villa, it was legit like 7 years that Byron lost the group stage game. Poor Lambo. Really didn't want to do any double or nothing. Then eventually I gave him the best offer ever. He took it. And now we're even. Reynor has a lot of links on the other side of the map. Gets the surround on the shield battery. And in the end, herO's going to take this serious. Has learned from Amygdala to not ignore this many links. Great counter by a herO, by a Reynor. Reynor's still battling. And look at these trades, guys. +1 melee links. Don't mess around. It's not just the battery and 5 probes. That's a very decent amount of stalkers that went down too. I think earlier it was only 2 and now it's 10. It's a real shame for Reynor that he wasn't able to cancel this hatch earlier, because outside of that I think Reynor has played a pretty good game. Despite the fact that his opening obviously got ruined right by that probe into pylon block. herO now has a double robo-bait transition. Very good against lair tech. If Reynor makes it up to Hive, it could get worse. Great scout here, by the way, with the oracles. So we know about the dropper lords, but Reynor's got more. No Baneling nest yet, though, so we can't morph any links into Banelings. It's not group stage anymore, though. It is. It's still a group stage. It's just a massive group stage. It's round robin, but technically it's still group stage. herO's new shield battery is not quite done yet, so Reynor shows up and immediately those links snipe 6 probes. That's not too bad. Obviously, herO was going to be ready for the double drop lord action in the main. Nice forward blink, snipes one of the 2 drop lords, but this is fine for Reynor, guys, because he's keeping herO at home, he's keeping herO busy. Hive tech done. I know there's been a lot of talk about the Viper, but if anybody on this planet would say that Vipers are not a good option here, they're nuts. The Dark Shrine, by the way, by herO is a little bit random if you ask me. It's like too late to really be called an early Dark Shrine, but it's too early to say that it's a safe late game Dark Shrine. Don't really understand it. It's actually fantastic for Reynor, because that means that there is really not going to be any feedback at all for a long time as links continue to find damage. If Reynor makes a couple Vipers here, this is a game over, no? If Reynor can get Adrenal Glands on the links, he gets a few Lurkers going, and we show up with a couple Vipers, I don't think herO has a shot. Not even herO has a shot. Reynor currently works with 7 Extractors. Are they all saturated? I mean, he's becoming an 8 gas Zerg soon. I think the gas income looks good. herO does drop a Revelation in the main, guys, so he definitely knows about Hive. Come on, Reynor, make Vipers, mate. I hate it that he doesn't have any Vipers. These Zergs in their propaganda against the Viper is actually getting the best of them. We've got 112 Zerglings. That is a stupid amount of Zerglings. As one very happy Zergling does make it in, activates a barrier. It's something. You think it's GG? It's not GG at all. It's not GG for anybody. Like, if Reynor would attack with 10 Lurkers and 2, 3, 4 Vipers, I agree that herO's very dead. But Reynor's got 0 Vipers. And against 0 Vipers, herO's army is totally fine. These Zergs are really killing themselves with their anti-Viper propaganda. Now I'm worried for Reynor, man, because Reynor has 122 links. But against Colossus and Archons, you're going to have a tough time. He's going to try to surround it, but this is the ultimate anti-Ling army at first. As long as these Archons, the Oracles, and the Colossus are here. Where are those Lurkers? We have 10 Lurkers, but Lurkers have a tough time running into a Protoss army if you cannot abduct a couple of the key units with Vipers. Now it's a lot of drones dying. What is happening here, man? Reynor thinks about a big counter, surrounds an Immortal in the center of the map. That is good. This Stasis Trap, though, is even better. So Reynor again loses the top right side base. Revelation goes down. herO blinks forward. Honestly, kind of nuts, but most of the Lurkers were still on the right side. So initially that goes okay for herO, but now with all the extra Lurkers showing up, it's obviously fine. Reynor's got a lot of links in the main base. herO with an immediate recall against the 4 Dropper that were full of Zerglings. The other links in the center of the map are unfrozen. Those get taken care of. These links are stuck. 80 extra links on the production tab, as Reynor was sitting on 3.5k minerals for a little while. Still just +2 melee. More Lurkers. The Lurker count is going up to 15. Now there is a Templar Archives on the way, but such a late Templar Archives. I think Reynor has potential with all these links and all these Lurkers. If they get in range, herO... This army is really not the best anti-Lurker army. Great moment for Lynx to run on top. What a great final game, guys. It is just chaos. There are Zealots attacking a hatchery. There are Lynx in the natural. There are Lynx in the main base. There are Lynx in the third base. And there's a million Lurkers in the dead center. And did herO just lose detection? He did. The man has no detection. The probes go into the meat grind. The Colossus are dying. Is it finally Reynor? Is it finally Reynor, guys? I mean, that is a lot of links dying, but still 50 links remain. herO has lost 54 probes. He's got triple Oracle here, but he had no Revelation. I don't even think he could have ran on top of all those Lurkers, to be fair. herO's got 4 upgrades. But it seems deep into a tournament, a big online tournament, it is finally Reynor who is going to take care of his Kryptonite. I mean, he's not there yet, but it's looking really, really good. Carriers could be an issue. And he's definitely not there yet, to be fair. But Spire is done. There are Lurkers on the way. Reynor should not lose against the Protoss with 23 probes. Mothership is out. I mean, herO could actually still win. It is not finally herO yet because, excuse me, Reynor yet, because the Lurkers are now in a bit of trouble. A couple of Zealots did a great job in absorbing the shots. Now it is Reynor who's losing a lot of the Lurk. Is it then still herO? Is it just always herO when these two guys play against each other? herO has no economy, but he has enough gas to warp in 7 High Templars. That is an odd number, quite literally, because now 1 High Templar is left. We could say that it could feedback, but what is it going to feedback? Reynor makes the decision to give up on this base. He has done so much economic damage. All that Reynor needs to do is kill this army one time and one time only. But how do you do that? Lynx run on top of a wide open third base. Is that a single Zealot? I mean, good luck to that Zealot, guys. Good luck to that Zealot. Good luck to the other 3 Zealots as well. So herO's economy completely in the dumpster. Completely. Reynor needs to make sure that he gets the best possible fight here. The Spore's not quite burrowed yet. Lurkers, Corruptors, Lynx, Queens. This is it. The final stance. Can Reynor hold? Can Reynor buy enough time for extra units? The Oracles fly head first. They die immediately. The Immortals, they die too. The Spore Crawlers are really making a big impact here. They're making all the difference. The final and last Oracle goes down. Don't forget, herO, no observers. And with the recall, Reynor must win. With the recall, Reynor must win. herO's got no more detection because 3 Oracles looked at those Spore Crawlers and said, yeah, I want a piece of that. It's still Reynor. Come on. Come on. I'm actually triggered, guys. I'm actually triggered. Honestly, he's doing this to piss us off. How is the resources lost? Reynor has lost 24k in this game. herO has lost 22. There is obviously a world where you can say, like, yeah, Reynor has 70 drones, but he has no place to put them. But there is still, like, there's a lot of value to gain out of all these mineral patches, even if they're tiny. All of these extractors. We can make infestors for days. We can even get Neuroparasite here, right? But we're getting Vipers now. And herO's like, damn it. Can't believe it. What a bizarre series. What an absolutely bizarre series. Little bit of long distance mining. Like the very best of us. 1 DT, by the way. This was the most random Dark Shrine. I did say it earlier. Reynor also has Adrenal Glands. He's got the Lurker upgrades. Like, he doesn't have any other upgrades. Corrupt count is so high. herO, though, is still gonna give it one last shot. By the way, herO still has no detection. How is herO going to win this, guys, without detection? herO really works in mysterious ways, man. I love this guy. He's like, well, sure, Lurkers are invisible, but what if Reynor unburrows all of them and I just kill him? You just run to the other side of the map. 54 army supply, we casually get a base. Reynor's got 8 Lurkers. herO's like, well, I'll worry about it when I see them. Recall gets used, but the Corruptors deal a lot of damage. The carriers die. The mothership took a oh, the parasitic bomb could kill a Colossus there. That was mega close, by the way. Does the mummy ship die? No. Colossus almost died to the mothership. herO's not like, oh yeah, I should maybe get an observer. It is Reynor, guys. It is finally Reynor who takes care of his kryptonite and he storms his way into the top 4 of the LiuLi Cup. Taking care of his nemesis, and that is absolutely what herO is. This was a bizarre series. I don't think it was quite peak performance coming out of either of them. But Reynor will advance into the top 4. herO forced to tap out. So GG, the Italian stallion, gets the job done. Don't ask me how. Never ever ever ask me to summon up this best of 5, because I don't know where to start. But it happened. Reynor wins. Yeah, I would have been right, guys. Finally, I would have been right. After being wrong like 8 times, we would have been right. That was that was most. That was the ultimate herO series, man. This is actually a best of 5 that Lambo should just put right after his video on why Protoss players haven't won a Premier tournament. Don't even talk over it. Just throw these 5 games in and be like, here you go. Hey, you guys are pretty strong believers in Reynor today. Reynor gets the job done. Small underdog, but yeah, he did some long distance mining. He did the ultimate Viper. Reynor really did his best to trigger me there. It worked. A theoretical 4-1 for herO. Yeah, I think that's fair to say, mate. I think that's pretty fair. Oh well, Reynor wins. Complete prediction. That means we've got one more best of 5 to look forward to here today in the lower bracket of the LiuLi Cup. It is a Skillers versus MaxPax best of 5 lower bracket tournament live on the line. Good luck to Nikita, but of course good luck to Max as well, as I do love Max. I mean, I just hope we win here as fans, guys. MaxPax, the Danish P. Here we go. I'll give you guys 15 minutes. Now, PvP could be very short and explosive. So half the series could be done in 15 minutes from now. That I don't know. Fun series. Yeah, I don't know. I think we said it all already. I enjoyed it. Even if it was painful and wild and chaotic, I did enjoy it. Congrats to Reynor. Top 4 is obviously a strong result. It's a shame that he couldn't do it in the Masters Coliseum, because that one was slightly bigger. More prize money on the line there, but... And Reynor is going to duke it out with the winner of the next series. That will happen tomorrow though, guys. So that is the opening match of tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and take a little break. By the time that I come back, it is PvP time. It is MaxPax Skillers time. I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you to Din Common for the 19 months. Vamos.